Hello, and welcome to Zepbound Journey with Ange. I am Angela Durant. My friends call me Ange. I'm super excited to be here with you tonight live because we have our special guest is back for Q&A. So without further ado, let me welcome Jackie Seaburns back to the stage. Here we go. Hello, Jackie. Welcome back. Good to see
Hello.
you. Yay, she's here. And for a quick few minutes, we have another special guest in the room that I want to introduce all of you to, and that is her husband. Now, I've been talking a lot about you, Monty, but I've been telling him about your voice and karaoke and what an impression that you've made on me. So if you want to say hello, if you want to scooch down a little bit next to your beautiful wife,
I can do that. Oh, I got a bit down.
Perfect. We can see you perfectly. You want to say hello to the people?
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome in. This is awesome.
Well, it's fantastic having you here. I've been telling everybody about the man with the golden voice.
Well, what I should have done was, this is Zepbound Journey with Ange. And now, here's your host, Ange. We just bring it up a little bit,
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for bringing Jackie to town. It was so nice to have you both here, and such a pleasure and a treat to spend time with you both. Is there anything you'd like to share with the audience before your beautiful wife and I jump into it?
Well, just check out my show every weekday from noon to 5 Eastern on Z103.com. We'd love to have you.
And what is that station again? Tell us one more time.
The letter Z, the number is 103.com. You can download the app. You can play it on your Lady A. There's all kinds of ways you can listen to us.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
All right. You guys have a great evening.
All right, Monty. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for making an appearance.
Thank you.
Okay, so Jackie is back. And for those of you who haven't had a chance to watch the video that we did last week, I promised that I would bring her back again for Q&A for any questions that you might have for her about her journey. Jackie, you want to just give them a quick intro of who you are and how long you've been on your GLP-1 medication?
So I'm Jackie Seaburns, and I have been taking Ozempic since last year, June 1st of last year.
Fantastic. And how much have you lost since you started?
I've lost 42 pounds.
Yay! And you look so tiny. So I don't know what you looked like before, but when I met you in person, you were tiny. So,
I should have had my son send you some pictures. So when we get done, what I'll do is I'm going to have him send you some pictures of me before.
Okay. I would love to see them. So, and tell us how tall you are and around like what size you currently wear.
I am 5'2", and I currently wear a large.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's deceiving depending on because we're all shaped differently. So depending on how you're built, how you carry your weight.
Yes.
Because I'm a little bit taller than you. I thought you were taller than me when I met you. Maybe you had on heels or something.
Yeah, I think so. My boots, I think, had a little heel on
them. But I wouldn't think that you were a size large. I would have thought maybe you were a medium.
Nope, I can't fit a medium yet. Nope, I'm a large. And the large is a little snug. It's still kind of snug.
Okay. Well, we're gonna just get a warm up. We're planning to go live at 8 p.m. tonight, but I wanted to make sure we make sure our tech was working. This is the very first time that Jackie is using StreamYard, so we had to make sure that we're up and running, and we are here now. As our friends are coming into the room, please say hello. You're getting a chance to meet Jackie live. She did her journey. She is still on her journey because she still has more that she wants to lose. but she's done it completely blind. So we're going to be talking to her and asking her any questions you want. She's an open book, so you can ask any questions. And Jackie, I'm just going to let you know who is in the room. All right. Jen is here. Hey, Jen. She says, hey, ladies.
Hi,
So
Jen.
Jen is here. Let's see who else is here. Bellflower says, hi, Ange and Jackie. Hi. She's sending us hearts.
Oh, hello,
Jen.
Bellflower.
Yes, yes. So as all of you start to come into the room, please introduce yourselves. Let us know you're here so we can give you a warm welcome. And you can, we're doing this special episode just so that you can ask any questions. This is officially we celebrated our 100th episode with Jackie, and now we're moving into this is season 2. I'm calling it season 2 because I finished a year and now I'm going to year 2. So this is season 2 of Zepbound Journey with Anne. So I'm super excited to do it. Let's see. Miranda Martin is here. She says, hello, everyone. Hello, Miranda.
Miranda, that is my maiden name is Martin.
So she is here. Let's see. Comments. Let's see. Congratulations on your 100th episode. Thank you so much. Who knew? When I started this journey a year ago, my focus was really on documenting the journey, right? To see how I would do and to be a part of a community that can help hold me accountable. And it turned into like a really wonderful, safe place for me, and a place where, I met amazing people like all of you, like Jackie, like Miranda, like Jen, all of you here in the community. And it turned one episode turned into 2 episodes, it turned into 10 episodes, and that turned into 100. So I was really excited to celebrate that with Jackie. And I haven't met everybody from the community, but a handful of you I've actually met. Some in person, some on the video where you've come into the room with me. So it's been really a wonderful journey. And that's what it is, right? It's a journey, right? I say life's a journey, right? So I don't know what my final destination will be on this Zepbound journey, but I will say it is a journey. And I see you guys, your new other faces coming on in. Come on into the room. Say hello. Say hello. We have Jackie here today for Q&A. Jackie, was there anything that you wanted to talk about from last week that we didn't get a chance to touch on? Did we hang up off the call and you say, oh man, I meant to tell them this, or I meant to tell them that? Was there anything that you wanted them to know?
No, I think I said everything, there is to say. There's not much that goes on with me, but
So you all of you that are here, feel free to ask any questions that you'd like. One of the things that I learned from talking with Jackie was that I thought that African Americans were among the most obese in America, but she actually shed light on that for me and said that it was the blind community. Do you want to speak a little bit more to that for people who missed the episode?
Yes, and it is people who are over 40. We tend to be the heaviest group over 40.
Yeah, and I remember you said that they were getting transported somewhere and they had to use a step stool.
Yes, so I was president of the Alumni Association for the Indiana School for the Blind. So when I went there, it was the Indiana School for the Blind. Now it's the Indiana School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. And so when we had our convention, we had to transport people back and forth to the school because we used to hold the conventions at the school and we would all stay so that we didn't have to worry about transportation from a hotel. Well, the cost to stay at the school got too high. So we moved it to a hotel, and the hotel was really great and it allowed us to rent vans. And so in order to get into the van, we had to use a step stool, and we actually broke 3 stools over that weekend because we came in Friday evening. By Sunday morning, we had broken 3 stools. And they finally had to come up with, one of those metal stools that's real sturdy, one of those real heavy metal stools that we could step on. And that was by Saturday evening.
My internet is acting up. Okay, I think we're back. Are you there? Yeah, you're there. Okay. My internet connection is not super strong in the room that I'm in, so we'll do the best that we can. So oftentimes people want to feed them, like they want to feed,
Yes.
people,
Yes.
and you might be more sedentary. So what are some of the things that you're currently doing to stay active?
So I work out in my kitchen. So I do all the exercises that I was taught when I went to physical therapy. So mine is low impact because my joints are still carrying a lot of weight. So I still can't do a lot of jumping and bouncing. Because when I first was trying to lose weight, so I was at 150 pounds. So I was trying to lose weight. And so my ex-husband, he made me a little step concoction. So I used to do the step, where you step up, step up, down, down. I used to do that to music. Well, my joints, my phone is talking. My joints can't take that anymore.
Mhm.
So I have to do some low impact. Low impact workout. And then my son gave me 2 5-pound or 3-pound hand weights. And so I like to lift weights to Janet Jackson. Love will never do without you. Me and Janet working out.
Yeah, she's a huge fan of Janet.
When you told me that your song was Bad Mama Jamma, I tell you that's what I do. All my leg lifts and the marching and all that. I'll play that a couple times.
I was thinking about doing adding a playlist to the show notes, right? So like that week, what music has inspired me to share it with everybody, so they have it too. So yeah, I mean, you can't help but move your hips and all when you're listening to "She's a Bad Mama Jamma." Like you can't stay still, right?
Yes, yes. And it also gives you a goal. You know what I mean? Because you were talking about your friend said that there's a song like playing in your head, and my sister Mary, she watched the video, and she was Miss Mary Mack, and so whenever I think about her, because she always had those curves that I always wanted when I was growing up, and so the song that I think of for her is "The Men All Pause." So I haven't found a song for me yet, but Bad Mama Jamma is okay for me to work out to. I don't think I'll ever be that, but I gotta find me a song.
Okay, yeah, you definitely got to find your song. Okay, so Jen says, Jackie, what does Jackie have a goal weight? What's your goal weight? Where do you want to get to?
My goal weight is 120.
120. Wow.
And that's still on the bigger side. I would really love to get to 115. That would really be
wow. And one of the things I wanted to mention to Jen is that Jackie was small like all her life. Like she weighed like 100, right?
Yeah. Well, in school, I didn't hit 100 until I got pregnant with my daughter. So when I got married, at 29, when I got married, I weighed 90 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't hit 100 until I was like 6 months pregnant.
So that's the thing. Like, depending on, like, I don't know that if when I was born I weighed 100 pounds. No, but I think I went from being maybe a normal sized child to being like 150 pounds, right? Like I don't ever remember being 100 pounds. But for people who have been small all of their life, you carrying more than that is probably uncomfortable, right? It was probably like, oh, this is not what I'm used to. Like, you don't know, like y'all wouldn't be able to stand me if I was like 150 pounds.
And you were saying that weight is relative because there's another YouTube creator, and her and I are wearing the same size, but she weighs more than I do. I mean, she's in the 190s and wearing a large. And see, and I'm 155 and wearing a large. So although the numbers are different, our body weight, we're still kind of carrying the same kind of weight.
Right. Yeah, I would say if I at 190 pounds, I could be in a large. I'm a 1X to a 2X depending on what it is now. But at 190, if I lost that much weight, I would be in a large for sure. Now I want to ask the ladies, like what's your goal weight, and what like is there a certain size you're trying to get to, or a certain weight, a number on the scale that you're trying to get to? Like where do you feel like you would be feeling your best at? Let me know in the chat. Now, based on the BMI charts, like your 115 would be in that range. At 5'2", you would be in the range of the BMI chart. For me, at 5'2.5", the BMI chart says that I should be between 118 and 142, right? But my doctors are like, no, like I got boobs, I got booty, I got hips, I got all the things, right? And and also I want to know how you guys feel about your curves. Hey, Lorna's joining us. I want to know how you feel about your curves, because I want to be smaller, but I still want to keep my curves. Like I still want a womanly body. Let me know, like, how do you guys feel about that? About having, like, what kind of shape do you want to have, or is it more a number on the scale? Let's see. Real Talk with Elaine. Hello, Elaine. Nice to have you here. She said, my goal weight is 190 pounds for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like that is a milestone for me to get to 190, because then I'll be in Wonderland. But my doctors want to see me at 170. So and I've been 176, and at 176, my friends like Lorna, who's on here, said, like, you stop. You don't need to lose any more weight. Like, you're perfect just like that. You don't need to lose any more. So let's see. Real Talk with Elaine says, hi, Jackie. She goes, and Jackie, hi.
Hello, Elaine. Hello.
Lisa B is here. She says, hello, everyone. Miranda says that her goal is now 130. Miranda, how tall are you? How tall are you? And any of you ladies want to come in and join us in the room, you're welcome to do that. I will put the link in the chat. I'm always inviting y'all in. I'm always inviting you in. Jen, you are 5'8". You're like model height.
I always wanted to be tall. I wanted to be tall. Like
me too. You must be a brick house, Jen. So you want to be, is your goal weight 140, or are you at 140 now? Let me know. You're 5'8", and is it that you want to get to 140, or where are you right now, Jen? Let me know. I'm so curious. All right. Nia's here. Hello. She says, good evening, ladies. Let's see. Bellflower says, my range is 140 to 150, and I'm at 5'6". Okay, that's a brick house too, right? Is that a brick house?
Yes.
But see, I feel like you'd be so skinny if you're 5'6" and you'd be 140 to 150. I think you would be so skinny. But I don't know how you're shaped, right? Depending on how you're shaped. I'm going to put the link here. Let's see. Jackie, you don't mind if some of the ladies come in and join us, do you?
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
So we'll put the link in here. So if they would like to join us, they can. There we go.
So my daughter is 5'6", and she's 110 pounds, and she's a dancer, and she's a skinny girl.
Yeah, that's tiny. Let's see.
Yes,
Okay. So Miranda says she's 5'3", and now she's at 148. And you said your goal was 140. Was it 140 that you said? So you're 5'3", so you're good. I'm sure your doctors are really happy. What was your highest weight, Miranda? Because that's good. I'm down. You're down to 140? I'm done. Oh, you're done at, I don't understand, Jen. Are you saying you're done at 140, or are you there now? Let me know. Tell me more. I'm so curious, because I can't believe you're so tall. I didn't realize you were super tall like that. I'm a bit small now. Yeah, she's tiny. That's it. Okay. If you'd like to join me in the room, come in, join Jackie and I so we can hear your voices and I can see your faces. So if you'd like to come in, you're welcome to come in. Would love to hear your voices. I'm still stuck on Jen being 5'8". I'm at 140 and I'm not losing any more weight. Oh my goodness. So you are that tall and you're 140 pounds. You must be like a size 0. where what are you? Are you a medium? Are you a small? 140 pounds. I think I was in high school at 140 pounds. I was in high school and I was on the cheerleading squad. And my coach was like, "Can you lose 10 pounds, please? Can you lose? You're a big girl. Can you lose some pounds?" Uh-oh. We got somebody here. We got somebody coming in the room. Hello. Please introduce yourself.
Miranda.
Hi, Miranda.
How
Jackie.
you doing? Hi, Jackie.
Miranda.
How y'all both doing?
Good. I love it. I'm so glad that you came into the room. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I started on Zellbound this month. Actually, makes a year ago.
Okay.
But I also had the gastric sleeve done in August of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So at my highest weight before surgery, I had got up to 272. And on surgery date, I weighed, I think, 267 on surgery date. So my surgery was on August 28, 2023.
Okay.
I had the gastric sleeve. So after about like 7 or 8 months of the gastric sleeve, I lost quite a bit of weight on the gastric sleeve. That I just felt I wasn't losing as fast as I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So I started on Zellbound in April of last year, of April 2024. I started
Mm-hmm.
on Zellbound. So I've gone from 272 to right now weigh around 147 to 148 right now.
Woo! Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
Wow.
You weren't playing no games.
No,
Mm-mm.
I wasn't playing any games. My goal is 130, but it's probably gonna be too small for me because
And what
I'm already like really in a 6 to 7 right now.
wow.
Which yeah, I'm weighing right now really like a 7 right now. So
I
I
mean,
can't get in some 6, so I have to shop in the junior section now. I shop in the junior section now because when I go to the missus section, the clothes are too big pretty much now. So I shop in the junior section now. I never ever shopped in the junior section in my life before.
So
So
what size were you? I mean, what was the goal?
well, my goal was just to get to 150 was my original goal.
Mm-hmm.
But then after I got to 150, then I just said, well, I don't know. I guess to me, it's always like it seems like you still are larger, although you have lost the weight. For me, it just seems like 150 didn't seem like it was small enough for me. So I just said, well, I don't know, but everybody say that I don't need to lose any more weight. But for me, I don't know. It's just like I can't see it because I can see that I still have maybe loose skin though, because I can see that I still have like large thighs, arms, and everything. So it may just be loose skin, probably is what it is from the rapid weight loss. It's probably loose skin, but for me, I think I want to try like 130
Sorry
and
about
see.
that. My internet
Yeah,
sometimes was
I
speaking.
think I want to try 130 and see
So,
how
what did
that
your
looks.
doctor say?
Well, my doctor, she really didn't want me to take. She wanted me to get off Zellbound a long time ago because she was like, I didn't need to lose any more weight. She wasn't comfortable giving it to me any longer because she said I didn't need to lose any more weight. But for me, my insurance changed to where I had to go through this company called Verta now, called Verta Health. So they
Mm-hmm.
manage my injections for me. They manage my prescription for me now, so I don't have to go through my primary care doctor any longer to get the medication now.
Mm-hmm.
So they manage it for me now, so I can still get it through them now. I get it through them now. So I'm on the
But
15th of the brand.
wait, I got more questions for you. Wait, wait. Do you think it's an issue of like dysmorphia? Do you think that you're way smaller than you think in your mind that you are? Like when you look in the mirror, you don't see this tiny person. You think you still have weight to lose?
Yeah, I can tell, I can tell, definitely tell that I'm way smaller than I used to be. I can definitely
Mhm.
see it in the mirror that I'm way smaller. But for me, I don't know. To me, it seems like I'm still large. To me, I still feel that I could lose some more weight. To me, it's like
Mhm.
I think I can still lose some more weight and I'll be okay. But
Mhm.
I mean, I'm small. I'm real small, but I think to me, I want to just see how I would look weighing maybe like 125 to 130 and see
Mhm.
how I would look at that size.
And did you have any any comorbidities? Was there anything with your health,
Um,
hypertension, anything?
I had high blood pressure, but it was manageable. It wasn't. It never was like to the point where I couldn't get it under control. I took, I've always taken high blood pressure medication, for probably about 10 to 15 years.
And are
So,
you still on it? Are you still
I
on it?
am currently. I'm still on it right now. I'm still on it currently. So I'm trying to work down to getting off of it, but I still take it. I don't take it every day.
Mhm.
I don't take it every day. I take it like some days when I feel like I'm stressed and I think it may be up, then I'll take it. And then I also had like thyroid problems too. I take like Synthroid, levothyroxine for thyroids. I had thyroid problems probably maybe about 15 years ago where my thyroids were working like overactive. They was making me lose like a lot of weight. It was
Ah,
making me lose a lot of weight. So I had to have them burned. I had radiation done where I had
ah,
my thyroids burned. So after I had my thyroids burned, then I constantly started gaining weight. After
ah.
I constantly started gaining weight and everything I would try, Weight Watchers, whatever I would try,
You
eating
couldn't.
plans or whatever, nothing would work. Nothing
Ah,
would get the weight off because my thyroid just wouldn't let it work. So I
mhm.
just decided like in August of 2023 just to go ahead and do the sleeve.
Do the sleeve. All right. Hold
So
that thought for a second. Hold that thought for a second. Let me catch up on some of these messages in the chat, and then we'll jump back in. Okay. Hold on.
okay,
Hold tight. Hold
I'm
hold
good.
on tight with your little self. With your little self. I got two little people on here with me. I feel a little self conscious with these two little people on here talking about something they need to lose more weight. Real talk with Elaine says I'm 5'7.5". We're all these Amazon women, right? Starting at 300 pounds and currently 236.
Oh,
Yay! That's fantastic. 190 is where I was after my gastric bypass in 2013. I was 398 before surgery. Wow. So you were carrying a lot. You must feel so much better. You must feel so much better. And you're on your way back down again, it sounds like. Let me see who else is here. Hold on a second. I see all these messages in here. And I'm not sure if I'm spelling your name, you're pronouncing your name right. Her Jareen, I'm not sure, Annette. But if you would come on, you could tell me how your name is pronounced because I don't want to mess it up. I want to say it correctly. She's 5'8" and now at 209. My goal is 148. Oh my gosh. You so another a tall. What is tonight? Is tonight for the tall, the Amazonian women? You guys are like model height. Um, 5'8", 209. I would think if you're 5'8" and 209, you probably look amazing right now. You probably got curves in all the right places at 209 at 5'8". But your goal is 148. At 148, what somebody who's 5'8", I'm wondering what size you would be. Like, would you be a 4 or something like that? Let me know. I'm curious. Okay, Nia says I'm 5'5". Okay, now we're getting closer to my height, right? Me and Jackie's height, right? 5'5". Miranda, how tall did you say you were?
I'm 5'3".
You're 5'3". Okay, so
Yeah.
you with the vertically. My mom used to say vertically challenged.
Yes.
Okay, so Nia's 5'5". Her goal weight is 165 to 170. Okay. I'm trying to figure out maintenance, and I'm at you're 157. She wants to gain 10 pounds, needs to keep the curves. Yes. She needs to keep the curves. That's what I'm talking about. That's good, Nia. Congratulations. Okay, let's see who else is here. Lisa says, wow, Elaine, congratulations. Jen says, I brought a pair of jeans the other day, a size 6. Oh
Wow.
my goodness. Jen, you must feel so good and so comfortable in your skin. Really, that's fantastic.
I'd
Okay,
love to be a size 6.
me too. I've never been a size 6. I would like to be a perfect 10. A perfect 10 would make me smile. This one is at Jen. Yes, that's my stopping point too. I'm 145 now, size 8'10", 8'10". I have, my girlfriend was like a size 8. She's a 10, I think a 10 now, but that's like a perfect size. I think that's like a perfect size, but depends on how you carry your weight too. This is the link. If anybody else wants to join us in the room, I would love for you to come in. The person who, Annette, who I just butchered your name, if you want to come join us and tell me how to pronounce your name properly, I would appreciate it for sure, for sure. All you have to do is click on that link or copy the link in your browser and come right on in. Okay, let's see. I figured it could give me 10 pounds to play with over the summer. Gotcha. Does anybody else do that? Like you lose an extra few pounds so that if you want to go vacationing and all that, you've got some wiggle room. Does anybody else do that? Let me know in the chat if you guys do that. Congrats, it's being sent out from Nia. There's the link again. At Miranda, that's fantastic, Miranda. Lisa B says, Miranda, are you still on Zepbound or Compound through the new company? Since you're
I'm still on the brand. I'm still on the brand. The Zepbound brand name.
you're on Zepbound and you're on 15 milligrams.
Yeah, I'm on 15 milligrams.
Okay.
So I've
And
been on 15 for about 3 months. About 3 months now.
okay. And how was it for you on 15?
Lately it seems like 15 to me really. I think my cravings and stuff are starting to come back on the 15. To me, it don't seem like it's working anymore. It's like it works sometime, and then sometime I crave sweets. I crave um carbohydrates, which I really didn't even never eat before even taking the medicine. Like for the whole year after I had surgery, I really just cut all carbohydrates out and pretty much just did like meats and vegetables, and cut out all bread and pasta and stuff like that. So I still don't eat carbohydrates. Very seldom I may eat like a potato every seldom, very seldom, or maybe I don't eat rice or anything like that or beans. So mostly I just eat like meats and salads, or I do protein shakes. So
Okay.
most of the time I do protein shakes. So for me lately, with the about going on a month and a half now, Zellbound, it just seemed like it really hasn't really stopped me really from being able to eat more than I normally have been eating in the last couple of months.
That's interesting. You should say that because for me, I feel like 15 is not as powerful as 10 or 12.5 was for me. But I have
Yeah,
friends who say they tried 15 and they had to titrate back down. They said, "Whoa, that was way too strong for them." And I'm like, "Bring it on!" Like is there a 16? Like, is there a 20?
yeah,
Like I haven't found that to be true. And like you, I have days where I'm like not as hungry. I won't say
yeah,
I don't think I've had a day that I wasn't hungry at all, like on 15, but not as hungry. And I felt like, okay, maybe it's kicking in now. Maybe it's working better. But I felt like it was better for me on 10 and 12.5. Like I never would have gone to 12.5 if there wasn't the shortage. I would have
yeah,
stayed on 10 even longer because it was doing its job. But 12.5 was fine. It was working well. But 15, I felt like, I thought when I titrated up to 15, because everybody's like, no, Ange, don't go to 15 yet. Wait. I thought when I got to 15, it would be like game over. Like I
yeah.
thought
I did too.
it was gonna be like all y'all like a size 6.
I thought it was. I thought it was too because when I got on 15, I've been like for the last 2 months, I've been going from like I got down to like 145. Actually got down to like 145 at one point and almost like 144 at one point. And then I titrated back. Now I've moved back up from 144 up to 147 right now. So I did stop. I didn't do Zepbound for like 2 weeks because I was having a procedure done. So I stopped it for like 2 weeks. So I just took my shot like this past Friday. I went ahead and took my shot this past Friday. So I was off of it for about 2 weeks. But during that 2 weeks, it was like I was eating like when I felt that I knew I was full. I knew I was full, and I knew my stomach couldn't hold anything else. My stomach couldn't hold anything else, but I still constantly just kept eating and I just constantly kept eating throughout the day. And then
Like crazy.
when I started Friday back on the shot, it seems like it's starting to try to kick in now.
Like I
Where
wonder if because you gave your body a little bit of a break, it was helpful.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm saying it seems like it's starting to kick in now since I took it Friday night. It seems like my appetite is starting to go back down now where I haven't really been eating throughout the day, all through the day for the since Friday, like I had been doing with the 2 weeks off of it altogether. So it seems like it's starting back to the
Starting to
control
work
my
again.
cravings a little better now.
That's good. That's good. Well, I don't want to overlook the person who just was brave enough to join us. Hello, Miss Elaine. Hello.
Hi, Ange. Oh my God, I've been waiting forever to speak to you. How are
Oh,
you?
good, good. It's so nice
I've
to have
been,
you here. So nice to have
I'm
you in the
happy to be
room.
here. I'm trying to keep this camera right because I'm not on my computer. I'm on my phone. I don't
You're on
usually
your
do this on
phone.
my
Okay, okay, okay.
phone.
So tell us a little bit about you. You're joined by Miss Jackie is here,
Hi, Miss
uh,
Jackie, and
Miss
hi, Miss
Hi,
Miranda,
Miranda.
and hi,
hello.
everybody in the chat. Yes, so as I shared, I think I've been watching you so long because our journeys are like parallel. And I think we even started around the same time. So I started Manjaro on March 29th, 2024. I think you started where, like in
February.
February?
Yep, the
Yeah,
1st.
yeah. I remember you started in February. And, you were one of the first people I watched, and I shouted out several times because I was like, this is my girl. She's just doing it. And, I was, like I mentioned, I actually, in 2013, I was 398 pounds, and I had to have the gastric bypass because it was just getting too much for me. Did that, got all the way down to 190. And like you, Ange, I was not in this obese kind of state all of my life. I was also very active as a teenager, and in college was dancing in the band. I went to a HBCU, so I was in that band, that drumline life. And this was new for me. It happened like in grad school. I was taking care of a parent, a sick mother-in-law, and and had 3 kids. I'm married, and so I just stayed up all night after all my duties were done, studying and eating. That was the way I stayed afloat. And it just kept happening. The weight kept coming on and on and on. So yeah, so I finally had the surgery in 2013, got down to 190. And I feel like, I don't know, I think I'm kind of connected with that number because that was like I feel like it's almost like my set point because I got there and I stayed there and I didn't move. And I wasn't doing anything not to move because, with the gastric bypass, uh, it doesn't really address the mental side of this whole thing.
Yep.
And so I just kind of sat there and sat there for, a couple of years. I think I might have teetered it up a little bit, but I was always like, I'm never going to 200. I'm never going to 200. And it happened. And then I got to another point of 250. And I sat there and I sat there and I sat there and I was like, oh my God. And then, because that was climbing back up the scale. And then I started moving again. So I got almost up to I did get up to 300 according to my doctor. She gave me 2 pounds off for my shoes when I went.
Talk about those 2 pounds. I love those 2 pounds.
2 pounds off for my shoes. And then that's when I had tipped over. I was pre-diabetic, so I tipped over to like an 8.1. And she was like, I need to go ahead. She said, I'm going to put you on Manjaro. So I did, and I got on Manjaro, and I've been on it ever since. I
Now,
absolutely
where are you
love it.
at? What dose are you at?
Oh, okay. So I started on 5, just like Ange. I said we're parallel.
Like, don't be giving
I
me no
start,
lower dose than 5. I can take 5. Bring it on.
huh? You said what?
No, I was saying to the doctor. My doctor, she
Well,
prescribed higher
yeah,
dose.
they didn't give me 5 because it was 2 point. What they did is they actually had a vendor or whatever to come in the office, and she was like, "Look, if you do not tell me where I can find this medicine for my patients, I don't want you to come here anymore." And they got online or did something, and they said, this pharmacy has it. So they had it at Wegmans all the way. And I live in Maryland. So this Wegmans was like in Alexandria, Virginia, which is about maybe 35, 40 minutes from me. But I was at the doctor's office in Virginia. And so she was like, "This is 10 minutes from me. Go get it now." And I got it. And I paid the whole $550 that day, y'all. The whole, because I wasn't even, my insurance hadn't approved it yet. But then the next time my prior authorization was in and my insurance approved it, and it was fine. So now I am at 12.5. So I jumped on because I heard Miranda say, and I know you, Ange, have informed us that you're on 15. And so my doctor is looking to move me to 15 next month in May.
But I would say if the 12.5 is good for you and you're feeling it working, maybe ride out the 12.5 a little longer, because I'm not sure how your body will respond to the 15. It might be even more powerful, because I've had friends who say they couldn't handle the 15. But for me, I feel like 15 was more powerful than 12.5.
Okay.
Not to me, unless just my body's fatigued. Like maybe my body's been on it so long that 15 is our body's like, ha, ha,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
what dose are you on, Jackie? Of
I'm
Ozempic?
I'm on 2.0, but I'm going to ask my doctor if I can titrate up to the 2.4, because I did what Miranda did. I stopped it for a week because I had stalled. And so then I took it again. And then that's when I got to 155. But I seem to be stuck. And all of the cravings are coming back.
They're coming back.
All the food
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's
I mean, I had that happen at 10, and when I went to 12.5, it was too strong. So then I got scared, and I kind of like asked everybody in my little world, "Should I go back to 10?" And they was like, "Try it." So I went back to 10, and then I was like, the cravings were back again. And so I went back to 12.5. So now I've been on 12.5. This is my 3rd month. I just started my 3rd box of 12.5 on Friday. I do my shots on Friday. So I don't know.
And does it seem like it's work? I mean, do you feel good?
Yeah.
Well, I've incorporated some different things. I did hire a trainer 2 weeks ago. So I've been going to, I know, I go 5 a.m. So,
That's
anyway.
good. I might have to call you at 5 a.m. I need to call you.
Yes.
You on the way to your trainer, because I need some motivation. I need to get my butt
You
out of
can
bed.
do it. We'll put you on video. Okay. You can work out with us. But yeah, so yeah, and he's amazing. And he is amazing. It's not at a franchise gym, it's at a regular private, warehouse kind of thing. It's old school gym stuff. Yeah.
Pushing
And
tires
it
and
works.
stuff like that. And you got
Pushing tires, the ropes, all of that. It is so real. And I mean, I wasn't sleeping. I don't know if anybody else has that issue, but I wasn't really sleeping a lot. And then I'm menopausal, so I am on what do you call that? Hormone
HRT.
replacement therapy, right?
Hormone
HRT.
replacements.
And so that has been very good for me, just being on that, because now I'm able to sleep since I've been to the gym. And he told me, he said, "Oh, you're gonna sleep now." I do not sleep at night normally. I am getting 6
Is it because
to
of the
7 hours
medication?
of sleep.
Is it because
No, it's because of the workout.
okay.
It's because of the work. I've been on the HRT for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm 56. So yeah, so this is really been good for me. I'm super excited. And
Okay.
so to say, and then I'll shut up. The
You're fine.
I have lost now since I've been working out. I've lost 4 pounds, 2 pounds each week. So I've
Ah,
been there 2 weeks. This is my third week. So I'll see at the end of this week if I do another two
well,
pounds.
you need
But
to post
I'm
in the
happy.
group. You got to post in the group and let us know. Hold tight. Let me just read the comments here.
Okay, sure.
Lisa B says I'm only 5'3", so join the shorty crew. She weighs 215 pounds. I started it as a 3X, moving into a 4X, and now I've been extra large and a 1X now. Yay! And those are like the non-scale. Like you don't know, you might still be a little heavier than you want to be, but when you put the clothes on, they fit you much better. So that's good. That's good. Denise is here. She says she's 5'3". Hey, Denise, we're here. We're here. We're here with all these Amazon women. Tia is here from
We
here.
are not Amazon.
Yes, y'all are 5'6", 5'8".
That's really average height, honestly.
I think 5'3", 5'2.5", 5'3" is average height. Right?
Oh,
Right,
no.
Jay?
Well, I know 5'5" is average, so I can't. I always had to stop at the petite shop because the pants would be way too long.
Too long.
Yeah.
So Tia says, hello. I didn't know you guys were on. Hello, everybody. Hello, Miss Tia. Good to see you here. Good to see you. Jen says, hey, Tia. Flora says, yes. A built-in. What are you saying? You have built-in padding? That's why my range is 140 to 150. And that I'm hearing that. Like we're going on vacation, we got an extra 10 pounds of wiggle room to work with. Denise says hello, and yes, I started at 217. I'm now 135. What?
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
That is amazing.
Very good, very good. Would like to give myself a 10-pound window, still on 5. You did all that on 5 milligrams? Didn't go higher than 7.5 of Zepbound. Currently wear a small in a size 6 to 8 frame. Wow. Fantastic. That's outstanding. Congratulations.
I have a question for all you three.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of you all doing any therapy with a counselor or anything like that?
I am. I have been in therapy because there were things that I realized that I had to start dealing with so that I wouldn't go back into some of the behaviors that I had. So I was actually in therapy before I went on Manjaro. So this just made it perfect. But telling my therapist was so
Yeah, I have had a
interesting.
therapist too.
Yeah.
You have a therapist too?
Yeah, I have a therapist. I haven't seen her for a couple of months, but when I first after I had the surgery, she had also had the surgery also. So she would do virtual appointments with me because she had the surgery also. And so I've used her for probably about like 6 to 7 months. I met with her weekly for about maybe like about 6 months.
Yeah, that's great. I don't have a therapist for weight loss right now, but I'm not opposed to it. I have in the past, but not since I've been on GLP-1 medication. But I think it's a good thing because our challenge is up here, right? Our challenge
Absolutely.
is up here. So I think that's fantastic, and I think we need full support, right? If you're anything like me, like you need your medical team, you need the medication, you need and all the support that we can get is fantastic. So that's a very good question.
So I have a follow-up. I have a
about
follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys feel comfortable sharing, what kind of things did it uncover? Because they say it's not what you're eating, it's what's eating you. So what did you all uncover?
For me, it was trauma. I had a lot of trauma, childhood trauma. And so there's a direct correlation between childhood trauma and obesity. So a lot of things opened up for me and were revealed for me as I became an adult. I'm trying to get my camera right. I'm looking crazy here. But
you don't look crazy. You
so that going through a lot of trauma informed kind of therapy I had to do, and unpack a whole lot. And those were the things that were causing me. So I'm a binge eater. I mean, well, not binge. I'm a comfort eater, comfort food eater. So yeah. So when I'm emotional. When I get emotional, that's when I start doing things and start eating anything I want. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do have a lot in common, Elaine.
I know. I told
Comfort eater too. Yep, I'm totally a comfort eater too. And when I say to you guys that I struggled with my weight since I was age 7, it was at age 7 that I went to go live with my grandmother, and that's how she comforted me, through food. Like I would be crying and missing my family, and she would take me out for ice cream, or she could make some mean, chicken and dumplings, right? She would just cook. She was an amazing cook. But I think she had it too, right? I think she struggled with her weight all her life, and that's how she comforted herself. So that's how she comforted me. And I come from a very Southern family. I was born in the North, but I got some deep Southern roots. And that's how we celebrate all the time, like food. Like even when Jackie came to visit, I was trying to feed her the whole time. She's like, she's like, I can't even, I don't have room. I can't even eat anymore. I'm like, come on, you can eat a little something. Like, because that's like the association between like being hospitable and really caring for somebody and treating them in a certain way, expressing your love for them in that way. And I think a therapist will probably say, you got to retool, right? You got to reframe that, and you have to love them in different ways and not necessarily using food to do it all the time. So that's Dr. Jackie. Questions.
Hey, that's my major.
So hold tight for just a second. I want to make sure I get to all of the comments. We had Bellflower said, this was at Talk with Elaine. Hearts, awesome. She said it to you. Elaine says thank you back to her.
That's my home girl. She's from the DMV area. We're from DC, Maryland, Virginia. Yes.
Jen says I'm on 15, and last week I took a 10 because I had some pens. You need to send me some, Jen, because I told you what I did. I didn't take the cap off and gave myself medication and wasted the whole pen. So I got a new supply today. Because I have some, so you had some left over, and I lost 2 pounds. You lost 2 pounds. Higher dose doesn't mean right. So you're already tall. You're thin based on what you're telling me. I have to see some pictures of you, Jen, because I don't know, and I wonder why you think you need to be smaller, or is your doctor telling you to be smaller? Because to me, you're already little. But let me know. Let's see here. Okay, so Tia is 5.6.5. And Tia,
normal.
Where are you now? Yeah. You tall, girl. You tall.
No, we're normal.
Where are you weight wise now, Tia? Because I haven't gotten an update from you lately. Let me know. Let me know in chat. Lisa, us shorties, look up to y'all. We do. I'm sure, but I got long legs. Okay. Yes, I'm in therapy. She's in that therapy too. I think it's good. I think it can only help us, right? Yes, food is a love language, which does us in. That's you perfectly said. I think I need to borrow your quote, because it is. Like my husband says. My husband's cousin said, "You know how you got your husband, right?" I was like, "How did I get him?" And they said, "You made an oxtail for him, and then you brought us some too." So I used to feed him all the time. I used to feed my husband all the time. Like that's how I caught him, right? Let's see.
I
Bellflower
also
says,
have a dietitian too, Ange.
you have a dietitian too? Yeah,
I have a dietitian too. So I meet with her once every 6 weeks. And she, helps keep up with how I'm doing, check to see how I'm doing and everything. And help me to try to make sure I get more protein in and water. And she give me like meal plans and tell me like different things to try, because she had the surgery also, and then she also took Wegovy.
Okay. And I think it's good to hear all of you women here tonight. I think it's really good to hear that you are not just taking the medication, but I think taking the medication is a huge step, but also like you're surrounding yourself with love and support, right? That we need that. And a lot of times we don't take good care of ourselves. The fact that you got a therapist, you got a nutritionist, you're really tapped in to the support that we need as women. So that's really good to hear. Let's see. Bellflower says, I think that's how many of us grew up, because now when folks are trying to eat, I'm like, why? Right?
Right.
Yeah, we do. We do. Let's see. I've uncovered a lot about myself during therapy, Annette said.
Yay.
It's been a journey of understanding my emotions, recognizing patterns from my past, and learning how to better cope with some of the challenges. Yes, and I even today, like hear people going on and saying they're up 10 pounds because this week they were under stress, right? Or they dealt with something challenging in their lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those pathways, those neural pathways are deep, right? Because even though you're on the medication, like I could eat, hunger was never my issue, right? Or satiety wasn't, like I could be full but still be eating, and that's how I knew like there's something wrong, and it's happening in my brain, right? That's saying you still have something even though your stomach is full.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can you pronounce my name? Harjareen? Harjareen? Am I pronouncing it right? Come on and tell me. Oh, I hate when people butcher names, so I'm hoping I didn't butcher your name. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Bellflower says, I'm 5'6" and everyone calls me short. What? I guess they're all taller. You're surrounded by giants. You're surrounded by giants. Let's see. Spoiler alert, got 4 videos to post. Yay! I'm 184 exactly. Okay. All right. This morning, as of this morning, are you 148, Tia? Bellflower, all my sons are 6'1" and 6'2", but you're tall too, Tia. People call them my entourage, my bodyguards. I need some of those. Let's see. Heal Thy Spirit podcast. Yes, yes. Is a good follow Tia if you're not. That is correct. Okay, good. I'm glad I pronounced it correctly, but you need to come on, and I'm sure you say it better than me. Jen says, I wasn't trying to lose weight. I did gain it back over the weekend. I had Korean barbecue and gained it back. Yeah, and it might be sodium from that, right? That might be just retaining water. Lisa B says, tonight is helpful. I've been doing this with no support, so maybe I should join a program. I got a letter from Wonder. Is it Wonder? One doctor, but was hesitant to join. But maybe I will. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Okay, let me do a disclaimer. I am not a doctor, right? This is just one girl's journey, right? But I think whatever support you can get, because oftentimes we don't give ourselves the support that we need. Whatever support you can get, I think you should look into it and consider it, and think about like what works well for you, right? Like what's good for you. My friend said we should have doctors on the show. We should try to bring in some professionals. So if any of you know somebody who may be willing to come on and talk to our community, I would welcome that. I would welcome that, because I think there's a lot of layers to this. Dr. Jackie, who's asking the questions, right? Asking all the deep questions. I think there's layers to it that they're unresolved, and then I think you form habits that are hard to break over time, right? So thank you for being so transparent, ladies. That's fantastic. What do you have any other questions for Miss Jackie or Miss Elaine while you're here? Elaine, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see your face.
I am so happy to see you. We have to connect afterwards.
Yes, I spent a lot of time in the DMV. I'm a speaker, I'm a
Okay.
trainer. I do all
Yeah.
the things. So I have spent a lot of time down there with my girls. So yes, I'm so glad to see you. It's one thing where I read your comments, right? And I try to respond to all of them backed up because I haven't been on in a while and you guys flooded my inbox. So, but I will respond to each and every one of you. But it's different when I can see your face and I can hear your voice. And when you come to visit, and you're not that far, Elaine, so you could just drive up. You're not
Right,
far.
because
Like
you're
an
not
hour and
you're
a
in
half, 2
Philly,
hours
right?
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in King of Prussia, so very, very close.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so yeah, Wonder is it was an eating program. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't hear about that before I started on GLP-1. I did. Was it new?
Optavia.
No, it was
I
some. Oh
did
my gosh, that was disgusting.
That was the worst.
I couldn't do it. But I know somebody who's on it. She's like, it's not that bad. I like it. I like it.
I know.
Everybody's different, right? Everybody's different.
It was like MREs, the military.
Oh, it felt like I was like on a spaceship somewhere. That's the food they
I
pack.
know. That's what I said. The MREs that they do for the space and the military people. Yeah.
Now I had those in Africa, and some of them taste better than others. I like the ones like that had the tomato sauce, like the spaghetti or the lasagna. But it seemed like anything else was not very good to me.
I don't. I can't. I think I just see it in like a foil kind of pack,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, no, I'm not hungry. Like I don't know. I guess you get hungry enough, you'll eat almost anything, but I don't know. So let's see. Tia says, fun fact though, the scale is a liar. Who you telling? Who you telling that scale is a liar?
Lie every day.
Lies every day. Every day I step on it, right? I know.
I hate the ones at the doctor's office. I'm always fatter at the doctor's office than I am at home. I'm like, how did I gain 5 pounds?
Look, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm going to the doctors, I like wear the lightest clothes. I take my jewelry off. I'm like, hang on a second, let me take my eyeglasses off. Hang on one second. Hang on a second. I have a girlfriend who says, before I get on the scale, I take my makeup off. I want that scale to be as light as possible. Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay. I know easier said than done, but I was a size 14 in high school at 175 pounds, and I am 184 now and just fit into some of the 8-10 shorts. Size 8-10.
Wow.
Tia, that is fantastic. Don't
That's
get
awesome.
hung up on the number. Yeah, you look really good, Tia. You're a beautiful girl anyway. But you're looking really good. And when I see sometimes it's hard to tell if you see, like, because I see Tia often. I see her pictures often, but when you look at her before and after, it really is a transformation that she's gone through. So kudos to you. All right, ladies. Well, I'm going to give you back to your families. Any closing? I'll let the two of you close us out. Any closing remarks? Anything you want to share with our community? I always like to say that we are a kind, caring community of people who we are very supportive of one another. And I feel like you all have been a part of my weight loss journey too, right? I didn't know that I needed as much support and what this would turn into a year later, but now we're in season 2. And it really has helped me with my weight loss journey. So I'm really grateful to all of you who are here. And those of you who are listening on the replay, hit #replay. But let the two of you close out. Who would like to go first?
Look, Jackie and I both looking at you.
Okay, Jackie.
Well, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to just come on here and just speak and share a little bit more about who I am. And just for everyone, like Ange said, we are a support system for one another. So stay strong. We're strong, but we're stronger with one another. And I just encourage us to keep doing what we're doing and keep moving, because that's my year 2 goal, is to move more. And so I'm seeing the benefits and the fruit of it already. So I just encourage everyone to do something different every day to get yourself and your body moving.
Thank you. That's great advice. We might have to join a group text or WhatsApp. I'm like, you up at 5? You up? Okay.
Yes.
All right. And Jackie?
I just want to say it's been a pleasure to get to know you, Ange. And I just want to thank you for having the courage to reach out and start a channel so that we all can be supported in that way. Because looking at someone who is very transparent about their journey, it also helps all of us who are watching you. So I just want to thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're a support system to each other. So as we close out, I'm gonna make sure I got everybody's message. I didn't miss anybody. Ivory is here. She lost 102 pounds since March of 2024. She was on
Ooh, jeez.
for over 6 months and hit a plateau. Wow. See, everybody's different. Decide to titrate up to 7.5, nervous about the side effects. Taking first 7.5 injection tonight. Congratulations on 100
Congrats.
pounds.
Yes.
Down.
Woo!
Congratulations. You're my hero. I'm trying to get there. Bellflower says, oh, thanks, Ann. Just great chatting with you live for the first time. So nice to have you here live. Nice chat. Jackie is amazing. Have a great evening. Y'all, you too, or all. Lisa B says, if I'm honest, I need to shop cleaner. I shouldn't bring chocolate home. At the beginning, I stopped eating it, but I'm certain it's why I've stalled. That's good. Thank you for that, because I might have some things in my fridge that don't need to be there. Good night, everybody. Good night. So I just want to close out like we always do. I want you to go out there. I want you to be bold, because it takes bold women to show up for each other, to be confident and courageous and strong. So be bold in that, like, this is what I'm doing. These are the things I'm doing to take care of myself. Be brave, because it takes courage to really advocate for yourself, for you to see yourself the way God sees you versus the way maybe the world sees you or whatever they try to put on you. It takes courage to say, nope, this is who I am. And I want to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be. And this is what I'm doing to take care of myself. So I salute you. I honor you for that. And I want you to be brilliant. Step into the light, because you absolutely are. Each and every one of you are absolutely brilliant. I would love to see more of you come on the live with us, because I love to see your faces, your smiles. I hear your words, I read them, but it's nothing beats being able to see you live. So thank you, Elaine, for your courageous move of saying, you know what, give me that link. I'm going on. And thank you, Jackie, for saying, yep, I'm right there with you. I'm coming on. And thanks for being open and honest, right? And sharing your journey with all of us, because weight is not always an easy topic to talk about, but you're all talking about it. So with that, go out there, be bold, be brave, be brilliant. Thank you all. Have a good night. Ladies, stay behind, because I want to get your information. Yep. All right. Take care, everybody. See you later. Bye for now.
Bye.